Hey guys, Joe here. One of the things I wanted to talk about was what's going on currently with my new job. Now, my new job, the hours are involved, which means that I don't have as much time as I used to. I have a couple of days a week where I still go into work at 1 o'clock, but most of the time now it's going to be like 9 o'clock in the morning or 11 o'clock in the morning, such as today. So it's going to hurt my ability to go out looking for stuff. I'm okay with that. I really haven't had the money to be doing it as much as I'd like to, or at least as completely as I'd like to. And it basically turned into, hey, how much money can I make while I'm doing it? Which some people do, and if they do, whatever, good for you. But I kind of wanted to buy stuff to keep, and it's kind of gotten away from that. So I'm focused mostly on the work, mostly on the dealership, mostly on selling cars, because obviously the more cars we sell, the better off we are as a dealership, and the more freedom I'll have as an employee of said dealership. Now, I have to talk to them and make sure that they're happy with how I'm doing, and then I'm going to start doing some car reviews. I know it's taken me a while to put any more up, but unfortunately I just haven't had the opportunity. You can't just walk into a new building and say, hey, I'm going to grab your ZL1 and do a review on it, or hey, I'm going to grab this and do a review on it if you don't mind. They're probably going to mind. So what I'm doing is I'm doing it the polite way. I'm working, making sure that they're happy with my performance, and then I'll start asking for permissions, because yeah, I'm already a manager, but that doesn't give me the right to just do whatever I want. That brings me on to my second point. Just because you've been promoted to the rank of manager, especially if you're staying in the same company you were in, don't become an a-hole. Don't become a d-bag. There's no reason to change the type of person you were just because you became management. Yes, you do have to draw a firmer line between those that are now your subordinates, but you don't have to turn into a prick. And I've seen it a lot. Guys come in and they all of a sudden attain management status, and all of a sudden they think they're the greatest thing since peanut butter. I got news for you. Peanut butter's not as great as people say. So if you want to be an idiot, be an idiot. But remember the guys that you worked with before you became management. Like, I walked into this new place only knowing the new car manager. He's a friend of mine. We worked at another dealership together. That's why I got this opportunity. He knew what I'm capable of, and he's giving me the opportunity. Now, I don't know if it's because I spent 15, 16 years just being on the floor, because even when I was manager of the used car dealership, we had 3 employees, so I was a salesman too. It's just I handled the financing, I handled closing, I handled buying the cars, I handled the auctions. So I was a jack of all trades. So I never got that frame of mind of, oh, I'm the top dog now. Everybody should be, you know, wiping my butt when I go to the bathroom and kissing my ass and, you know, putting rose petals down as I walk. So I've gone into my new position with a, hey bud, what can I do to help you? Now, I have had to draw lines with a couple of the guys already, and that's because of me. It wasn't them. They didn't know any better, or they were trying to treat me like I was one of the guys. But sometimes that can go a little bit too far. You know, one of my coworkers, he's a new guy in the business. He's only been doing it for a month and a half, and we're trying to coach him along, give him some easy deals, you know, lob him a few underhand shots so he can make some money, so that he keeps that drive and wants to keep selling cars. But he also thinks that allows him to treat management as if they were working for him. And to a small degree, we are working for him. But to the larger degree, he's the subordinate. He's the one that we tell to do things. So if he comes up to me and asks me to do something, then he walks away from me, I don't do it. Obviously, I'm not going to do it. I don't work for him. So I've had to, on many occasions, sit him down and go, hey, look, you need to understand, I'm not a salesperson. I'm the manager. I'm somebody that's supposed to give you direction. We are going to work together to do this. So I've actually had to distance myself a little bit from this kid. And it's kind of sad because, you know, he's a nice kid, but he has to learn the hierarchy. of the business. He needs to understand that I'm the closing manager. I'm the guy he comes to when he gets stuck, not his lot boy, not his errand boy. I'm not going to buy him lunch unless he's doing a really good job, and then I'll buy my guys lunch if they're doing good work. But you know, if someone's sitting around doing nothing all day, I have no reason to incentivize them. So I'll bring him along. I'm trying to give him as many positive reinforcements as I can, at least to help really mitigate the negative reinforcement that I'm forced to use with him, because you can't always be like, oh, that was a really great job, except for, you know, you agreed to sell a car for $4,000 less than you were supposed to. Yay! No, eventually he has to take a few lumps, and he will. So that's my rant for the day. Just kind of wanted to get that out there. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't disrespect your subordinates if you're in a management position, but you should be treated slightly different. Not a whole lot different, but slightly different. They should defer to you because you've proven yourself to be slightly more capable, or more willing to compromise, or that you're better at your job. And don't be ashamed to be better at your job than somebody else. If you can walk in someplace and do a job better than somebody else, you deserve your recognition. I've heard that from a couple of guys at the dealership that wanted my position. Why would you hire him? Why would you hire him? Well, number one, I have 17 years of experience. Number two, as a salesperson, I never missed a target. Never. Even when I went into the hospital, I still made my numbers. And when it came to closing, as my friend the manager could tell you, the new car manager, the one that brought me on, is I never needed a manager for a TO. I always brought them over because that was policy, but I can handle a complete deal. Now I have to learn the computer systems. Once I've learned the full computer systems at this new place, then I'll be able to rock it and roll it and get everybody done, do all their paperwork, handle the financing, do whatever they need me to do. But as of right now, I'm focusing on getting our internet department stronger, getting our salespeople stronger in answering and replying their customers, as well as making the calls to people to get them in. And that is the job of a floor manager. Our job is to bring more customers in. So yes, I at the end of the day have to do slightly less than the rest of the guys, but I still have a lot of responsibilities. And in many ways I have more responsibilities, because if a customer comes in at 8:30 and we close at 9, I'm not leaving until that deal is done. So there's been days, my second day, I didn't get home until almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I don't care, as long as the deal gets done. So yeah, that was a bit ranty, a little bit soapboxy, but you know, it's just the way the business works. If you have any questions, leave them down below. If you have any comments, leave them down below. If you're looking to break into the business and you want some tips, leave me a comment. I'll answer them. I have no problem doing that. So until we speak again, which will be probably late this evening, I do apologize. I'm working on a Spec Ops playthrough part 2 that will be going up. I just ran out of time to edit it because I was too tired to work on it last night, and I will get that put up, and then you guys will see that this evening too. So yeah, that's about it. I will give you my customary see you later.